Hello, I'm Military Visualized, and today I'm doing a Q&A with History Gaming Verified here in the Panzermuseum in Munster.
Hi guys.
So, Miyamoto asks, how old are you?
I'm actually already 30.
Oh, great. Oh my god. He's a young noob, guys. He's really young. What is your real name?
Well,
I would think about it.
yeah, my first name is actually Bengt, which caused quite some problems when we were in England.
E-N-G-T, right?
Right.
Not with A. No, no, no.
Yeah, that caused quite a problem in a Starbucks in Great Britain, but yeah.
So, do you have children?
Yes, 2 at the moment. Actually, when this video comes out, it might be 3.
So, 2 and 1 in close beta.
Yeah, close beta.
So, which was your first game ever?
You could say it was Command & Conquer 1, because that was the first video game that I played. But the first one I owned was actually Age of Empires 1. Oh. The very first one, and I loved it.
So, real-time strategy guide.
Yeah.
So, now, next question. Techno asks, will there be more political videos like the swastika one?
Yeah, maybe. It depends if I see any possibility to doing one and if it's viable. Because the swastika topic really got me going, because there were a lot of misconception why swastikas are forbidden in games in Germany. And I thought it was necessary. Okay, of course, YouTube immediately disliked this idea.
Yeah, sure.
But whatever. It was nice, and yeah, probably.
Yeah, it always, you always have to put it in context. So we have to think about logistics, and you can get a lot of troubles for different reasons or problems if you do such videos. Because I also did some political videos or related videos, and then you realize, okay, is it worth my time or not? or is my audience interested in this? So I always have to say something here. So Ramke, I don't know. What gave you the idea to make the channel?
You. Yeah, actually, you basically had the idea.
So what happened? He commented with his original channel a bit, and I watched one of his videos, and I think it was Panzer Corps. He played Panzer Corps, and I think it was the first Leningrad mission.
Yes.
And then he talked about how he looked up how the KB1, I think, got there, or the KB1 units, and if it's historically accurate and everything. And then I think you actually said you wanted to do a different kind of channel or something, and I said, man, you already did this here. Why don't you do this? You already showed you can do this, and I found this really interesting. And I also, many people ask me over the time, do you computer games? Do something like history buff for computer games, and I say, yeah. For me, the thing is, it's actually quite surprising to many guys. I don't look too much at historical accuracy in games or movies. I consider them mostly entertainment. Of course, I can get quite annoyed, but then he really did it already, and I said, make that channel, and I will support it.
Yeah, and so he does.
So
obviously.
Here we are. So, any hobbies besides overanalyzing and critiquing games on their historical accuracy?
Yeah, obviously still playing them, despite any flaws that are in there. I hugely enjoy that. I also, that's kind of stereotypical, but I read extremely, much.
Reading is always good.
Yeah, I think my average, it doesn't really matter which book, it's about 400 pages per day I'm able to do.
Whoa!
Depends on the book, because, for example, the newly acquired Cambridge History of the Second World War.
Yes.
Great book, but a bit more difficult to read.
Yeah.
Very small letters.
You mean that? Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff per page. Besides that, I like to play tabletop every now and then. Warhammer 40,000, but
nice. 40K.
That's about it.
I don't know. I only know 40K from the computer games and from 1 or 2 movies. So, favorite game developer?
Difficult, because
EA.
Oh god. Well, in case
currently Bethesda is, I think it is even better.
Yeah. I don't think so. If anyone of you actually watched the Battlefield 5 video, you know what I think about EA at the moment. You could probably say just because of the games that I like to play, it's still Paradox. Though I'm really angry about Hearts of Iron 4.
Oh, really? I can't imagine why. I'm still. Once I realized there's no coal in this game, I was really, really angry. And actually, I found it quite ironic because when I read up about Sweden in the Second World War, and Paradox is made in Sweden, or the main point is in Sweden. The point was that Sweden was dependent on the Axis after 1940 because they had the iron ore. But it didn't have the coal, because before the war they got it from Poland. And as you can imagine, after 1939, it's quite a problem to get your coal from Poland, because it was occupied by Germany. So the irony is, it's kind of a double irony, because it's also production focused. And I'm taking over now your video, because it's very production focused, and they didn't put coal in. So maybe there's a reason. One person pointed out, yeah, the coal is already integrated in the other elements, but this doesn't work out with iron ore. I mean, I had to look specifically at Sweden, how it's portrayed, but I assume that Sweden has proper iron ore, but actually they wouldn't be able to put it into action. And you need coal for everything. You need it for your ships, you need it for trains, you need it for your industry, you need it for civilian heating. You should not forget that civilians also don't want to freeze to death in winter, and all the other accommodations. And
which actually became a huge problem in 1946.
Yeah, so this is very, but yeah, we give the benefit of the doubt, and I'm very interested what the naval expansion will do.
Oh yes.
So, and the last question, which we should have probably put first, how are you?
Yeah.
Cold.
Cold at the moment, because that's the reason why they are rebuilding the Panzermuseum here. It's not heated. We are freezing here. But overall, pretty nice. Thrilled for my next baby. And yeah, happy to be here. With
Excellent.
You. And Marty, of course.
So Marty's behind the camera, and he just says with 7 minutes now. So,
yeah.
Any questions from your side, Marty?
Pretty much on the spot. You probably can't hear me. What games are you looking forward to in the future?
What game are you looking forward to in the future, so that we show it on camera, on audio?
That might come as a surprise. At the moment, that is, for the most part, Battlefield Gothic Armada 2.
Ah, isn't it out already? I was quite surprised that the first came out and then the second already was announced.
It's not out yet. I think today, when we are recording, the first open beta launched. Warhammer 40,000 ship battles in space. And yeah, I'm a Warhammer 40,000 freak, despite everything else. And U-Boat.
Ah, yeah, the virtual reality?
Not virtual reality, but it's kind of a strange mix of submarine simulation in the Second World War and Sims.
Okay, that should be interesting. I mean, this would also be interesting because I think now Das Boot as a TV series is launched.
Yeah.
So maybe there's another submarine hype going. I'm really looking forward to this because all my submarine videos have way too less views. So just plugging my channel here again, and I decided, okay, I don't think I will continue with my submarine videos because nobody watches them. Why I don't really get, but. Well, maybe there's some change. I mean, also there's the Hunter Killer movie now, which might already, and then the sport. So let's look forward to this.
The U-Boat game, with that all together, who knows? Maybe, hopefully, we get Silent Hunter back.
Ah, yeah, Silent Hunter. I remember I played Silent Service 2 on the C-34. So for those of you who don't know, this is really, really old. Yeah. And Silent Hunter, I think I only played the first and the second when they came out. Yeah.
The third is, I think, generally regarded as the best one, and the fourth as
they all came out in a time where I stopped playing some computer games, or many, and then so for me it was Morrowind, and I went from Morrowind directly to Fallout 3. So I was like, oh my god, because I never played Oblivion, so it was like, this is way better, and I love Fallout 3. Is still one of my favorite games. So,
as we're done with this, maybe you have a last question.
I was thinking about one, but I was too concerned with talking about my own stuff. So what question do I have? So what were, as you said, you read many books. So what were your favorite books, military history books?
Oh, despite all its major flaws, it's still by Sir Basil Littlehart.
No.
Yes, but for a sole reason, not because it's
Which one?
His chronicle of the Second World War.
Ah, okay.
Thick book. It's a nice read. As I know today, it's pretty shitty in terms of historical accuracy.
And many other aspects. So,
Yeah.
so a lot of myths that are about the Second World War you can basically track back to him or something.
Yes,
So
because he released its history so quickly, early.
I
after
think
the Second World War.
it should be added. The standards back then were quite different. I think he was the one who interviewed all the Panzer generals or something. So one issue was I think he didn't speak German, so they could tell him a lot which couldn't like verify it, and the documents were all not available.
Yeah.
And he was also quite honored to speak with them to a certain degree. I mean, you must look this is all in the context. So there's the thing, not disrespect to him, but it's more like I look at the effects his work had to a certain degree for the myths out there. So probably pretty cool chap and everything, and it is worked properly. But for me, it's like I'm looking more at the fallout. At the games, yeah. And I actually was hoping that you would say one of my favorite books you also read, namely The Red Army in the Second World War by Alexander Hill. You didn't like that,
I liked it a lot.
but you didn't like it not enough for put it about
Well,
him.
you could say I like the book of Sir Basil Littlehart because it brought me into military history to a certain degree. Brought me into reading it. But from the books I've read now, and with the knowledge I have now, the one by Professor Alexander Hill is certainly the best I have ever read.
Yeah, for me, I have more the outlook like what is one of the books got me most of the value out, even in videos, and I think I put 3 or 4 videos out in succession, which were a lot based on the book. So this is one reason too.
Which is the reason why I got it.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, Justin was recommending it to me again and again. I said, I already have so many Eastern Front books, I don't know if I want it. And then I finally got it, and the funny thing was, again, it was really delayed by Amazon, I don't know why. And wow, awesome book.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely, get it if you're interested in it.
Red Army, get it. It's also really new, so it's everything from clans and many others is worked in there. So it's the most up to date book on the Red Army on the Second World War for the Western world. I don't know what the Russians put out lately or something, because there's always what difference there. So I hope you enjoyed me talking about half an hour for most of the other topics.
And I hope you enjoyed this first Q&A video for, first my patrons, but then everyone else. And maybe
let's get some tea and heat up,
warm up a bit.
We're freezing our asses off.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed this again, and maybe see you on another video or on his videos. And goodbye.
Bye.